1016 Echo Highland Avenue. Code 10 Gaming Security Guard be waiting for you.
1016 Echo Highland, code 10.
111 just 1026 is going to be Highland Village.
Info.
112.
Well, 1016.
Tonight at 10:25 p.m., Gary Owen Porter, white male, age 29, was arrested by members of the Montgomery Police Department at a local nightclub on the east side of town. Porter's been the subject of an all-out manhunt by this department since the early morning rape of a mother and daughter on the east side of Montgomery. Information was developed that Porter was staying in a local motel on the south side of Montgomery. However, upon investigation, we found that he left the motel and was en route to a lounge on the east side where he was arrested. With the aid of CBS in Atlanta and Channel 20 in Montgomery, we were able to obtain photos which aided in the identification of Porter. Porter's been the subject of a nationwide manhunt since a spree of rapes and robberies throughout the southeast United States. Porter is now being held in Montgomery City Jail on a no bond for the early morning rapes, and we have approximately 20 holds from other jurisdictions throughout the southeast for similar offenses. Questions?
Who gets the first say on where he'll be tried? Because I know there's numerous people want him in Alabama, Georgia, and.
Well, he's in our jail. Possession is ours right now. We have him, and he'll be tried here. Of course, we welcome any of the other jurisdictions to come in to interview him for possible prosecution of their jurisdictions. But right now, he's in Montgomery City Jail, and he'll be held here and tried in Alabama prior to being released to other jurisdictions.
How were you able to track him down and find him so quickly?
Well, with the aid of other agencies out of Georgia, we studied his patterns in some of the other crimes that he committed and how he reacted and the information they had, and found that he would usually stay in a city until it kind of cooled down before he moved on. So with this in mind, we began a canvass of all the motels, boarding houses, everything we could think that someone might stay, and we were able to locate him, or that he found that he was staying at a motel on the south side of Montgomery, and then we found, that he had left the motel for a visit to this lounge tonight, and we were able to find him there and identify him and arrest him.
Did he resist arrest, or?
No, ma'am. He was no resistance whatsoever.
Did somebody call you and tell you that he was out there?
No, we were canvassing our motels with the updated photos, and a person employed by the motel said that they'd seen a subject fitting that general description earlier tonight, but they knew that he'd called a cab, give us a cab company, and we checked it out and found out where that cab delivered him to, and we sent in some of our undercover officers to this lounge and found him in the lounge, and then we got people that could be identified as police officers went in and arrested him.
What's he charged with?
He's going to be charged here right now that we know of with 2 counts of rape, 2 counts of sodomy, 3 robberies, and burglary. We are investigating another burglary that occurred approximately 2 hours prior to the sexual assaults in the same neighborhood. And if we can prove that, we'll charge them with that also. In Georgia and North Florida for quite some period of time, and I would imagine to elude apprehension or arrest that he chose to come to Alabama. And these people are somewhat easier to investigate because they use the same method of operation, or MO as we refer to it. So they had his name and they had photos, and they had his method of operation, which, you know, how he treats his victims, how he enters the houses, how he commits the crime. And once we found that out and it was the same as ours, then we had a name to go by, and we knew that he stated about 35 detectives that was out canvassing this area and the whole city, every motel in the city, not just once, but we had team after team going the same one so we could make sure we talked. No, sir. We have to wait till we can get a search warrant in the morning. We can't get a nighttime search warrant.
Probably do that tomorrow then.
First thing
Is
first.
it under guard at any time?
Yes, sir. It is under guard.
What is the one piece of evidence that made you look for this particular character instead of some other out of millions?
Well, telecrimes similar. Their crimes were identical, just different cities and different people, but the crime itself was the same. Wearing a mask, usually a mask that was made out of something at hand in the victim's house. That's what we had here. We had a pillowcase used here, and it was a pillowcase from the victim's house. Gloves, stuff of that nature. The way he treated his victims just fit, just like a puzzle. The pieces fell together, and so then we started looking for that guy, and we came up with it.
All right, back to the crime that happened here in Montgomery, was he already in the house when the folks came home?
We feel that he was.
Did at any time were the women able to identify him? Did he ever take off his mask, or are you just going by fingerprints and such things as the mask and the robbery?
Can't go into that far into the evidence at this time. I can say the information was that he'd been seen at a restaurant all week. So he's been here, well, the biggest part of the week. We know that he was seen in Oxford, Alabama on the 11th, I believe it was Tuesday. And we feel like that he left there and came to Montgomery.
Has he confessed to this yet?
I don't know, sir. Our investigators are still talking with him, and we hadn't gone in to the Holiday Inn, but we don't want it. We don't want Holiday Inn mentioned in the release.
Okay. So can you just tell us where it's at so we can?
Oh, it's this.
First light, does that mean 6 o'clock?
Probably.
You might as well just stay up, Jim.
It probably means. It probably means official sunrise, or what time official sunrise is. We can't get nighttime search warrants.
That's not it. This one right here.
We open this good chair. Okay.
All right, y'all get a quick shot of the inside of the room, then we might close the door. Okay. All right, can y'all cut it off right there? Okay.
Within the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, here a minute.
We're gonna come back and secure the door with this house. I got the cameras and flashlight.
We mounted 3 more generators on the back of the motorhome.
I saw you had that plan that one day.
Well, you got so much stuff we gotta run when we're at the crime scene like that, especially for any length of time. In the summertime, we're trying to run the air conditioners. Like back when we had the tornado, you know, we had those portable generators, but we always had to send someone down here to pick them up. Like Salvation Army, we gave one to them to run their canteen. And then the one in the motorhome itself quit. So I had to get another one to run it. We bolted them all on there.
Is he still being questioned?
Yeah, he's talking about some other stuff right now, other than what he did today.
How they doing that?
Over there in the interview room.
Speeding him up a tad.
Do as fine as you can. Technique.
Hold on.
Keep on camera like I think they do like
Porter was staying here in the Southside Hotel just off the interstate. I can't even see what the lens is.
Yeah, you're looking right.
Okay. Porter was staying here in the Southside Hotel just off the interstate. He was in room 427. Employees say he'd been here all week and they'd seen him in the bar and in the restaurant, but they had no idea he was a fugitive. He was registered under the name of Gary Hall. Do it again. Porter's been staying here at the Southside Hotel just off the interstate. Employees say he'd been here all week and they'd seen him in the restaurant and in the bar, but they had no idea he was a fugitive. He was registered under the name of Gary Hall. Let's take a shot down the interstate while we're here.
Appreciate it, Carrie.